for Fan Expo is we are going to be doing 2-hour blocks each day of tutorials. We haven't quite picked exactly what we're going to do yet, but it'll probably be... And so this is the pop culture classroom. So essentially this is the area that's set up for the kids and young adults.
Sweet.
And so what we're going to do during those 2-hour blocks outside of the museum that we're putting together is doing like learn to play. So we'll probably do like Magic the Gathering on Friday because they said that's the older crowd. Yeah. And then we'll do like Pokemon and maybe Pokemon again. Just kind of depends on we want to really like gauge the interest and make sure like what we're going to be exhibiting is something they want to watch.
Are you
or want to learn or whatever?
Allowed to promote?
Yeah, we're allowed to advertise as much as we want. It is a because we're essentially donating our time and our stuff. We get the booth for free because we're working with them.
Oh, no way. That's awesome.
They're providing that
Those
for
are
us,
usually
which is really
expensive.
cool. They're super expensive.
Yeah, dude.
Especially the Fan Expo, because that's the biggest one here in Denver.
No, it's a huge opportunity. So we really want to...
Well, it used to be the Comic-Con.
Yeah, it was Denver Comic Con. So now it's Fan
Comic-Con.
Expo. But we were right outside. I think he said we're right outside the Artist Alley.
Oh, sweet.
Like right dead
center. What?
Yeah, dude. So we'll be doing the Learn to Plays.
Sweet.
Man, it's been a couple years since I was in the Comic-Con.
Are you still doing Comic-Con?
Well, it's called the Fan Expo now.
Gotcha.
Whoever had the name Comic-Con like freaked out or something.
Oh, I think San Diego Comic Con, I think, became a brand that then trademarked the name Comic Con. Whatever.
Right.
Jerks.
You're selfish.
We'll put up with the
Comic Con.
meantime. Who's the
Comic Con.
you?
Hey, y'all don't say that.
Shut up. Wake up my dad and get me grounded.
Just shut up.
Whatever.
Right.
Jerks.
You're selfish.
So, and then, okay, so outside of that, so we get to do the museum thing, we're doing the Learn to Plays, and then in addition to that, they have asked me to essentially give like a presentation, that's the word, on why and how I opened the game store.
No way.
Yeah, like you were talking about that earlier, so that's what I'll be talking about, and it's like, because it'll be more directed toward youth, you know what I mean? It'll be like young adults and stuff, so I'm going to kind of like set it up like that, where it'd be like, hey, you can do this kind of thing. You can go do some school and learn these skills. And, you know, I went to school here and then I left and I went to another school and learned this different thing and kind of like present it in a way that's like outside of the maybe non-traditional go to college, get the job thing. But not like, because I went to college. I went 3 different times, and each time I went for something different, and each one provided me with a completely different skill that ended up helping me in the business. So it was like, I'm glad I went.
What? That's cool.
Even though I fucked it up.
3 times in a row.
3 times in a row, but I went in, I took the base course of the thing that I really cared about that year, and then I dropped out after that. But I still got to learn enough about that thing I was interested in that I can now apply it to. So.
I'm curious now. What are those 3 things that you did?
So the first time I went for general studies, and I ended up taking statistics and accounting, general statistics
for business
class.
Yeah.
So that, in addition to just a general art class that I took that year, and
that's when you started smoking weed.
Yeah. And then I don't know when it started, but I don't know how to stop it. But anyhow, so that was the big one. The statistics one, and then the next time I went back, I went for graphic design. So I took a graphic design class.
Both of you guys in on that, huh?
Yep. And that's helped me tremendously because it's like I've been able to do the T-shirt thing. We did posters, and we've always had stickers. I designed my own logo. Like I've always been able to. I learned enough about vector graphics and stuff that when I have to like get a sign made for the store, I can design my own sign and then have somebody manufacture it and not have to pay like a designer in addition. So it's like some of these skills just were invaluable to me, and it still are. Like it's all the shit that I learned in that one class taught me enough that I'm still like using it all to make T-shirts and shit. So
that's wild.
And then I went for 3D animation and modeling.
No way.
Last time.
Like you were the model?
No, modeling in 3D.
I know what he's talking about.
for some-
Let him answer the question.
For some people, I am. For others, just a hideous creature of the night. But that was cool because it gave me a lot of insight into what I was actually interested in, and that's when I like kind of fell back in love with video games and that world again, where I took that art class. You know what I mean? I wasn't quite sure what I was going to school for animation for. I just felt like, I don't know, I just wanted to do that. For some reason, I was just compelled to try to learn how to do that. And so I went and I took 1 semester of that and just got sucked back into the whole like video game and
Wow.
digital market shit and stuff.
Did you have like a big dream that you were going to go on and create video games at first? Was that kind of like part of that idea?
Honestly, I really don't even know what the hell I was thinking. Like everybody's like, you know how expensive that program is? And I'm like, yeah, of course. And they're like, why are you doing this? All the jobs are out of state. You already have your...
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I just really want to learn this. But I think it really was just an excuse for me to get... I don't know. I think I was just looking for video games again.
Yeah.
And that just kind of... it taught me a lot about 3D modeling and animation. Taught me a lot about how to speak to games in a way that I think I can kind of dissect them a little bit differently, having a little more insight into how they're made.
Sure.
I think as a salesperson,
There's more of an appreciation too.
exactly. It's like I actually know I can kind of feel, not completely, but what goes into it, and I think appreciation. That's a perfect way to put it, and I'll probably use that as I try to explain why 3D animation made me better at running a video game store. But I think the understanding where it comes from and how it's made always helps appreciate the art that you get at the end. You know what I mean? People love watching somebody draw a picture or do a tattoo.
Right.
And it's almost like that's almost better than the piece of art at the end sometimes. You know what I mean? Where it's like just watching them do it. You're like, whoa. And then at the end you're like, meh. So.
That's wild. That's actually pretty freaking cool. Because if you think about it,
I try not to. I dropped out of school. I try not to think about homework.
sorry, I had to think about it.
Well, if you want the whole story, you're just going to have to show up at Fan Expo. July 1st through the 3rd.
And then you'll see my scripted speech. I'm going to script something. I'm going to practice it. I'm going to...
That's probably a
holding
very good
signs in the
idea.
back.
I could definitely
just get a
hold signs.
teleprompter. I'll be like Joe Biden up there like, chop-a-da-da-ba-da-da. Come on, man.
If you like this video, like and subscribe. And if you want to catch the whole podcast, it's going to be right here on YouTube every single Thursday. And we'll see you there.